Alrighty, good Sunday morning to you. We have a beautiful weekend finishing off now. It's Sunday, it's almost over, but the weather's been stunning. Yesterday in mid 70s, today low in mid 70s. A little bit of a change has occurred at the coast though. We're going to see some of that coastal fog has come back, and that just tells you the pattern shifting to more of an onshore flow, which is more springtime. When the fog shows up, usually fair weather because it's high pressure, right, and stability, and you generally get an onshore wind, which does it's like a feedback loop for the fog. It keeps making the fog with the winds blow onshore. We'll talk about that some other time. But the plan today is plenty of sunshine inland. Even at the coast, there's going to be sun, but there's patches of fog out there, and that's just very typical for this time of year. This picture is my favorite picture of all time. This is my daughter Avery, and of course Dennis Richmond, probably the most my iconic Bay Area, maybe the one of the most iconic newscasters in the business. He's groundbreaking African American man, um, in the 60s, moving, in the 70s, being a main anchor at a big TV station. So he and I be very close when he was working at Channel 2. And Avery used to come in to work with me at Channel 2 on sometimes on Friday nights because I couldn't go home for dinner because I was far from home. I wasn't living that. I was over in Marin County, and so she'd come in and hang out and do the shows with me, hang out in the newsroom, got to know everybody. And Dennis just loved her. And you can imagine she'd waddle around from desk to desk in a newsroom, which was full of like surly old dudes, right? It was a newsroom. It was like old school newsroom where there was a lot of swearing, a lot of yelling, a lot of breaking news. It was really an interesting time in the news industry. And at Channel 2, we were the benchmark in terms of just getting the news and we just were a machine. And so she would integrate herself into this machine, and it was beloved. Enough said. But anyway, one night, Dennis, this was late at night, the news was over, and he goes, "Come here, Avery." Grabbed her, put her up on the desk, and the look on his face, that I know that man, and that's just happy. He told me once, he goes, "This is my favorite picture." So I just makes me, Avery looks beautiful as well. But yeah, I love that picture. Okay, so this morning things have changed. We've got fog to talk about along the coast. Um, the fog, you can see it here. This is that visible image that I oh so love. And you can see where the fog is. And it's pretty, it's gone a little bit inland, right? You can see now up in the mountains, right? Sierra Nevada, that's snow. That's not cloud cover. That's all snowpack. And then down here, we're seeing fog, and we can see it down in Monterey. We can see it up in Stetson Beach. Now, is it going to clear out today? When I see a fog bank like this, I go, yeah, sure, it's going to clear out. It's going to break off and burn off, and there'll be some patches left. It'll be back tonight, but the fog is going to be a player for the next 24 hours, most certainly. So with that in mind, we can go to the live cameras and go, that was a satellite image that was generated probably 10, 15, 20 minutes ago. This is a live camera off Surfline, and we can see, oh, look, yeah, that's what the fog looks like. So when you're trying to get to the beach and you want to go fishing or you want to go surfing I mean, these cameras, you go to the satellite image, oh, there's the fog. We can see the big picture of the fog. And then we go to the Surfline camera, and we can go to Ocean Beach, we can go to Pacifica, we can go to Half Moon Bay, we can go to Santa Barbara, where we want, and we can see what it looks like boots on the ground. It's awesome. And then let's see what else we got here. Okay, then the surface map. I wanted to show you this today because I've been showing you this each day. And the reason I have been is, first of all, it's surface observations hourly, and they're everywhere. So let's say you live in some offbeat place, like we don't really have any, but let's say you lived up in Bernie or something. You can go up to Bernie, and we can go up to Bernie if I can find it. Let's see, Bernie. Well, let's just say we're close to Bernie here. I lost my Clear Lake. Okay, so we're like in here. Okay, so let's go here to what I perceive as Bernie, which is not, because I can't see. Westwood. Okay, temperature right now in Westwood is 41 degrees. Winds in Westwood, let me come closer here. It gets smaller as I go in. Winds are gusting to 7 with that one little barb there. That's a wind speed of 5 knots. And it's moving from the winds blowing from there to there, which is from the east northeast or northeast, you could call it. I'd call that east northeast. And look at this. We can go in here and we can open up, hit the little ball, and we get way more weather data. This is for one spot out of hundreds across the country. And if you're going to what's this place called? Westwood, you can Get your weather nuggets. So that's that surface map we've been talking about. I look at it all the time. So it's a really good source. So the weather next couple of days is going to continue like this, mid 70s right through the week. And then we get towards later next week, and we're going to see temperatures start to get more mild, more clouds. And then there's a chance for some showers this weekend. At one point, those showers look significant, like, oh man, we're going to get into a pattern. It's definitely going to be a pattern shift towards the end of the next week, but it's how much rain we get, how much snow we get. At one point, it looked pretty aggressive for cool weather and snowfall, and now it like kind of backed off a little bit. So we'll keep an eye on that for you. But I hope you have a super awesome, nice day, and I will see you back here tomorrow.